Welcome to Compassionate Care Conversations. My name is Scott Bradley. I'm the owner of Bradley & Son Funeral Homes, serving Morris, Union, and Essex counties in New Jersey, and SimpleCremationNJ.com, which serves the whole state of New Jersey. I'm a third-generation funeral director, a clinical social worker, and a certified psychoanalyst. It is my pleasure today to introduce you to Jennifer Kelber. Jennifer's a business development director for HomeWell Care Services, which serves all of our communities around the New Jersey, I think all of New Jersey, but in particular, your office serves all of our Bradley Funeral Homes areas.
Yes.
Also, I found out just a little while ago, you like to be called Jen.
Yes.
So, welcome, Jen.
It's great to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Right. You know, I was thinking when I was putting these questions together that growing up in suburbia in Chatham, our homes are so important to us. It's not like we live in apartments and everything. And for the aging population in our area, I can't think of a more important topic than helping our elderly folks stay in their homes and thrive. So I'm so interested to hear about your program and the work that you do. So tell me a little bit about yourself and what drew you to HomeWell Care Services.
Sure. So a little bit about me. I actually was a dancer a majority of my life.
Oh.
I competed nationally across the United States in high school.
Wow.
I went to Rutgers University, Mason Gross School of the Arts.
Wow.
I double majored in dance and theater. Shortly after that, I got married and I had twins. And they are really the real reason of why I do what I do. They are my motivation every day, and they are my why. And I'll share a little bit about them. My kids were preemies. My daughter was born 3 pounds 9 ounces.
Lightweight.
Very tiny. My son was even tinier, 2 pounds 9 ounces.
Wow. Oh.
Yes, so they were my little preemies. And then in utero, we found out that one of the babies had a heart disease.
Wow.
And so that he needed to have open heart surgery. So my son had the surgery, and 3 days after he had the surgery, he went into cardiac arrest. So they didn't know if he was going to survive. He ended up being the sickest kid in the NIC unit at Columbia Presbyterian. And so we all rallied and prayed, and my little fighter boy that he is survived. Wow. So, and then a little bit shortly after that, at age 2, he was diagnosed with autism. He is nonverbal. And then 8 months after that, my daughter was diagnosed with juvenile diabetes type 1. So she is insulin dependent. And at age 7, my son was also diagnosed with hydrocephalus, meaning water on the brain.
Yeah.
So he had to have brain surgery. And then a couple years ago, he had to have another open heart surgery.
Wow.
So he survived that. Everything is good. So went through a lot with my kids, but let me tell you, they make me want to be every day. They just motivate me with everything that they have gone through. I kind of felt, ready by age 5 to kind of get out a little bit and to, get back into the work world.
Yeah.
And so
I don't know how, by the way.
I know. Just to do something for me, because I think that's so important as well. So sales kind of fell in my lap. And I worked for 8 years for the #1 high fashion jewelry company in the world. And when they closed their doors after 40 years, everybody said, you should stay in sales. And then how about you check out the healthcare industry, So I did. And somebody took a chance on me, and I got a job with medical sales, which I was in for a couple of years. And then after that, I got into pharmaceutical sales, which I did for a couple of years. And then it kind of led me into this job, which I feel like it's full circle with everything that I went through with my kids and learning all their diagnoses. Like, it really was just perfect for me and what I'm doing now, because I meet with so many clients and finding out all of their medical history and everything, and diagnoses, everything that they're going through. Like, I feel like I'm relatable. Like, I can relate to them and understand like what they're going through, and just have that compassion, because I was one of those, that went through so many diagnoses with my kids. So anyway, so that's a little bit about me, and and kind of opened my, after pharma led me to HomeWell, and it's been great.
Yeah, so, it's quite a shift. It's still in the healthcare field.
Yes.
Pharma is really a lot of sales, I think, but I think this home care arena or field is much more caregiving-esque, I guess. And is that what kind of drew you to it?
What drew me to it was meeting with the families, and that I was going to be able to meet with people wherever they were, whether there was a house or a hospital, or, wherever they are at assisted living, wherever, that I can meet with them and the families. So that kind of drew me to that. Tell
us a little bit about what you do.
Sure.
What's your role in the company?
Sure. So I am a business development manager. So I first started out as a client relations manager, which I still do to this day as well. So I still, meet with families and help set them up with the proper care. But I love going to making referral partners, like sharing what makes HomeWell different to many of our referral partners. We've been around for 20 years. So we've developed lots of partnerships across New Jersey, and just sharing with them what makes HomeWell different and why they would want to refer their clients or patients to us.
So you meet both, I think the term is B2B and B2C. So you meet the clients and try to get them the best referrals and get them associated with HomeWell, and then also other businesses like ours.
Exactly.
That can refer our families to you.
Yep.
Oh.
And we also like doing things in the community too, in a way that we can give back to the community. We like doing things like that. We're very involved in Alzheimer's Association, Alzheimer's New Jersey, just doing whatever we can, because many of our clients have Alzheimer's and dementia.
Yeah. So I think we all know the term home care, but beyond that, I'm not sure I know what home care is. Can you just give us a sort of a broad picture of
the value of home care?
Well, before the value, just like, what kind of services do you provide?
Sure. So at HomeWell, what really, I guess, makes us different is that we are a private pay home care agency that offers hourly care, live-in care for anyone 21 and older, really to assist with all the activities of daily living. They can help with dressing, bathing, toileting, helping with any ambulatory assistance, making meals for them, making sure our clients are, eating, drinking, taking their medications, even some light housekeeping and laundry, and driving them places too. Our hourly aides do have cars, so they're able to take them places. Yeah.
So your company can do any and all of that, or is it packaged together? Or my mother-in-law lives in Denver, and she doesn't drive anymore. So could she call a place like HomeWell and get just driving privileges versus everything else? Or how does that work?
Sure. So in terms of driving, yes, our hourly caregivers do have cars. So they are able to take them, like say to a doctor's appointment, or a lot of clients, maybe they moved into an independent living or an assisted living. Maybe they're not driving anymore, but maybe they miss meeting the guys at the diner down the road. They can take them, they can take them to a park. We've had clients that we like to go to museums for the day or to the beach, so yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of the job?
My favorite part of the job, that's a great question. So number one is kind of what we just talked about. I do love meeting with the clients and their families. I love all different types of people and personalities, and and everybody has a different story. So I love how we can meet with them and find out what is their need. Like what is it that they're looking for, in home care. So I like that. I also, of course, love working with our team. Now, they are a fabulous, fabulous team. There's 55 administrative staff behind me. And of course, the caregivers are amazing. But, I love working with this team. I always say, ever since the beginning of when I started here, that this team makes me want to be a better person every day. Really? They are extraordinary, and they go over really and beyond. So I'm really proud to work part of this team. And then last but not least, I would definitely say that I love working with the veterans too. They're just it's really special to me. I love meeting with a veteran. I love getting to know them and, what branch they served, what, maybe some of the stories that they have, some of them share, some of them don't. But what we love to do is we are a VA credentialed agency, so we're able to provide them home care at no cost as well.
What does that mean, VA credentialed?
So a VA credential. So we are actually an approved agency within the Department of Veteran Affairs.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
And so that's a no-cost service.
To them, they get certain amount of hours that that the VA does cover.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's amazing. Like I love meeting the World War II vets, the Korean vets. We did recently at a community center. We presented, VA benefits to many during a VA luncheon, I think, and there was about 100 people there. And they were all waiting for this one gentleman to come in who was 102 World War vet. And when he came to the door, everybody just rose to their feet. Yeah. And everybody gave him a standing ovation. And it was just chills, with everybody. And it's, he deserved that. Yeah. They all deserve that. Yeah. And, so kudos to the VA for just taking really great care of our vets.
And I love that the VA has partnered up with you, credited you, so these folks can stay in their homes. Says, I'm 2 years away from paying off my home. And I'm like, I never want to leave that place. And so to be able to stay in it, a veteran who's served us, and I don't know, it's just awesome that you can help them stay in their home.
And you're not the only one, because there are so many people that we meet that I live in this house, I'm going to die in this house, right? They love their house and they don't want to part from it. Yeah. So if they have the resources to do it.
Yeah, I have some questions about that. I'll ask you later.
Okay.
I think that's so important.
Sure.
You mentioned a few minutes ago the idea of value, and I was thinking about it almost seems like a silly question, but I would like to hear your answer. The value of home care services, especially HomeWell. So, and what I mean by value is not just the cost, but like the emotional the emotional value of it, and what do you see? What's the experience of those who get to stay in their home and get support enough to thrive there?
Well, I would definitely have to say our goal as a home care company is going to be consistency of care, quality of care, of course, but also keeping them safe, right, is really big. So there's so many times that I'll be in conversations with families and it's about keeping their loved ones safe. Yeah. So I would definitely say that there's value in that. There's also value in home care, meaning the relational part of it, right? Yeah. So hands down, nobody wants a caregiver, or a stranger, I should say, in their home. We get that all the time. Like, I don't want somebody living with me. Right. I don't want somebody in my house who's a stranger. Right. And we get that all the time. But in essence, they become one of the family. And that's the goal, is that, and so it's all about those relationships. We see it time and time again where they're a little, stubborn about maybe getting, wanting that care. But once that caregiver gets in there and they see, oh, I kind of like this, get some meals and things like that. So we always say, give it a try, but there's value in it because of the relationship. So somebody who may be alone, maybe who just lost a loved one too, having that one person come in, not only take care of them physically, but also touch them emotionally, that they're not alone, that they're not isolated. So sometimes we have people that start with temporary care, just going to do this for a week or two, right? 2 years later, the caregiver is still there because they become one of the families. So, so I would definitely say those. And then just giving families a peace of mind is value enough for home care.
That's what I hear so often is, caregivers are so concerned. They might be out of town, they might be out of state. And there's this massive concern for the person in the home that they need support, but I have a question about that later, so we'll get to it. But the question that comes to mind now is how's HomeWell different than other home care services?
And that's a really great question, because there are obviously a lot of home care companies. What makes HomeWell different? Well, number one is we are thrilled that it is our 20th anniversary.
20.
So we've been around, and we've been a leader in New Jersey. We have offices Hackensack, Union, Brick, but we've been a leader. And it's truly our experience is that really matters, especially when working in the healthcare industry. We also what kind of sets us apart is our, like I said before, our 55 administrative staff. They all range in all different roles, nursing, staffing, but they all do just really a fabulous job. I can definitely say that we have the highest level of service that anyone can find in New Jersey. We offer signature programs. One is designed to reduce readmissions. Another is a fall prevention program. And we also have a life enrichment activities program. So we certainly, those things are definitely something that's different than what is set HomeWell aside. And then I would also say that HomeWell, in its 20 years has really, built a reputation of specializing in high risk and high acuity patients. We will take, multiple chronic conditions, multiple medications. And it's all really run by 12 registered nurses from top to bottom, and even including our CEO, Laura Coyle, who is our CEO. She's a nurse herself, so that says a lot. But in 2024, we were able also to achieve a 0% readmission rate for our clients that were in our Go HomeWell program. So we really focus on those readmission rates and what we can do to help our, the hospitals and help them. So meaning that in this transitional care program, we had 100 clients in this program, and not one of them returned to the hospital in their first 30 days. So,
is there a case that's too complicated or not complicated enough that you wouldn't take?
That is a really great question. We always say we will take those complicated cases. We will. There are some things that are, we do have our skilled nursing license as well, but there are some things that are out of our scope. Maybe would align more towards the skilled nursing part of it. So we also do partner with other home care companies that maybe are that can oversee that. We also work with hospice companies as well, and refer to them because we believe in hospice care as well.
So you build partnerships that where that person in the home can be taken care of no matter what.
Yes.
If you don't provide the service, you're going to find it.
Exactly.
And partner with those.
Elder law attorneys, geriatric care managers.
Well,
yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
It's very impressive.
Oh, thanks.
I get this question all the time. my friends and family members who are looking for home care kinds of services over the years don't know where to look. How do they find you?
That's a good question. So hopefully I guess it would start from the hospitals. Sometimes a lot of time they go in the hospitals. And so, certain hospitals have lists and providers that that are a preferred provider. I know that we're right here in the Mecca, but we are a preferred provider, certainly within the Atlantic network. I'm very proud of that and have been for years. So hospitals, of course, when they go to an acute hospital or subacute, they may refer over to us too, but they can call me at any time on my cell phone. At any time. But we have offices, like I said, in Hackensack, Union, and Brick, so they can reach out to us. The nice thing about it is they're not going to get a 1-800 number. They're going to call that number and they're going to get a person. So,
I was thinking when you first started talking how I admired your interest to work with the families and the storytelling that you let happen and the relationship building. And I was so impressed with that. And I didn't think much of the business development side, but now I think the business development side might be even more important because the hospitals and all these places that are referral sources need to know about you.
Yes.
And that's what you really do.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
I get it. So
so I know we got into the family part of it, but also with the business development is really developing those partnerships and really that trust in HomeWell.
Yeah. I guess that's why you and I are talking today, because you met Austin and we wanted to hear all about this. So thank you.